Yes, I think college is a scam. That probably won't come as a surprise to a lot of you that have been watching my videos now for quite some time. But I've never really made a video on it, never really went too much into detail about it, so I thought today I'd make a video discussing a few of the reasons why I think college is a scam. And for most people, it's just simply not worth it. And with that being said, the first thing I want to discuss is tuition cost. Now, I did some research. The tuition average cost in America is $11,610 per year. So you're looking at, that's just the base average cost of a 1 year tuition. So if you go to college, typically for your 4-year degree, you're looking at over $45,000. And if you have no scholarships, no help from family or your parents, anything like that, that's $45K out of pocket, whether you're in debt or if you were paying through the 4 years, right? But now, if you go to college out of state, if you are dorming on college, if you add, if you got to get books or whatever, any other fees, that average price goes up to $29,000 per year. $29,910 to be exact. So now you're looking at over $120 or just about $120,000 for a 4-year degree. So anywhere for the average in America, you're looking at between $45K all the way up to $120K. Now, that's the average. Yes, can it be less? Yes, can it be more? Yes, of course. But that is the average numbers right now for America, and to me that just sounds insane. It sounds crazy. Degrees, they're not a golden ticket. You don't become God just because you have a degree. And like I said, for most people, it's not worth it. A lot of people that go through and get their degree, they end up don't even using their degree. Some people don't even work in the field they got their degree for. So they got stuck most of the time in debt for, anywhere from that 50K to 120K range. And it's something that's just pointless for them, worthless. And they're going through their whole life paying this debt off. Now, of course, if you get scholarships, listen, if you get a full ride for a school, yeah. I mean, do you have anything to lose? No. If you have that, if you are fortunate enough to have your parents pay for your college, yeah, sure. If you have the opportunity to go and it doesn't cost you anything, I wouldn't say it's such a bad thing. But are you really gaining knowledge from it? That can bring me to my next point is school system in general, I feel, is just very outdated. And that includes a college education. The whole education system was designed, I'm not sure what the exact year, but the whole curriculum was to design factory workers. As a whole, generally speaking. Now, obviously, times have changed, and we can just look at from a few things in the world now. Look how much the internet has changed from, the 90s, early 2000s. Look how different that is. Look how different phones and cell phones has evolved. Right? Internet has evolved. Cars. We have electric cars. I mean, and anything you can pretty much think about in life over the last 20, 30, 40, 50 years has evolved greatly. But one thing that has not evolved is our education system. I mean, even you can look at money. I mean, look at crypto. Crypto is a whole new form of currency. I mean, you can pretty much go across the board, and everything in life has evolved drastically over this time, except for the education system. So I don't really know why school is still viewed as a necessity. People still think that's the only way you can be successful in life. And it's just not true. And it almost feels like it's forced upon a lot of young people, whether they don't know what to do or not. They're just like, you got to go to school. You got to go to school. It's pushed so heavily in the whole education system in general. Growing up, teachers and counselors and a lot of parents, they're so adamant about school and college. And it's like, they make it seem like that's the only way out. That's the only way you can have a successful life, is if you devote 4 years to university and get into debt and just spend, majority of your adult life paying it off. And it's just, it's dumb. At this point in the world, it's not necessary. And I feel they don't even teach you the things that you need to succeed in life. AI is going to, I made a video about a week ago now about AI, and yes, my point is, the world is always evolving, always changing. So the stuff we learn about at college and just in school in general, it's not keeping up with the world. College is not keeping up with the world. And I think that is the biggest problem with college. But what is going up is the price for college. And that's what just doesn't make any sense. I don't know the exact numbers, but when you look at college prices 10, 20, 30, 40 years ago, they have drastically improved since then. But what are you learning? What is the new stuff? Are they keeping up with current day trends? Are they keeping up with what they should be keeping up with the day-to-day stuff? Or are they just teaching the same garbage they've been teaching for all these years? So, yeah, school system being outdated is a big one. And yeah, that's another thing where the stuff you learn is the same stuff, but the price is going up astronomically. And the cost of how much you're making, your salary, is getting killed by inflation. So why is the cost of school going up, but yet your salary is not keeping up with inflation? It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. And also the interest rates that come with these loans are going up. So it doesn't make any sense. There's a big disconnect. And it'll bring me to my last point is, it's not what you know, it's who you know. It was actually my second to last point, but yes, at the end of the day, it's not what you know, it's who you know. A lot of people, especially now, they get in at places because of who they know. It's not so much, companies, yes, some companies do require it, but it's just, you're at such a big advantage when you know people. That's really the best way to get into a position, to get into a job, is just knowing people. It's just a quick short point, but yeah, it's just knowing people. This is a popular saying, so I'm sure you guys heard of it. I don't really have to say too much about that, but yes, and this leads to my last point is the degrees are losing its value because of this. So it's a basic supply and demand chain. When we talk about this, yes, people have degrees, but the more people that get degrees makes a degree less valuable. So this is what I mean, where it's not what you know, it's who you know. Yes, 100 people can apply for a job. They all have the same degree. They all have the same type of education background, whatever. But the one person, has an in at this company. Maybe they're related to upper management, or maybe they went to school with one of the people that work there. They're going to get the job. So what does those other 99 people with the degree feel? They feel they got screwed. But yet they have the degree, right? But what happened? They didn't get it because it's the person that got the job knew someone, or they had a connect, they had a tie with somebody that worked there, and also too, knowing people, you get information that, quicker than others, that a degree simply doesn't get you. A degree is just a piece of paper at the end of the day. And That's what I'm saying. What my whole point is, again, for some people, it makes sense to have a degree, but for the majority of people, it's just a piece of paper, and it's just something people do to either, impress their parents, or, because it's what they're taught their whole life from school, their parents, and they feel it's the only way. They have no other option, and that's just what everyone does. So they're sheep, and they follow the path, and they end up living very unhappy lives, and they end up with a whole lot of debt. And for a degree that is overpriced, and the education is not at the same level as the price point it should be, and just at the end you get screwed on because someone knows someone that you don't, and your degree ends up losing its value. So yeah, please let me know your opinion on this subject. Let me know if I missed anything. But I think that's everything I wanted to talk about in this video. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you in the next one. Peace.